All right, it says I am now live. So let's start the clock. Okay, the clock started. All good. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put the link in there and press connect. And that's gone green. So, hello, welcome. This is Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, and you are looking at a live feed of my neighbour's gardens. I can't get the camera around to my garden, so this is a live feed. Now we're going live on Amazon Live. I'm going to preview and go live. So, a very special day today in the life of any Amazon broadcaster as we go live on Amazon with 17 seconds to go. And it is a special day. I'll explain why in a moment. And thank you for joining me on Facebook. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Live. Well, it's amazingly, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. So let's come to me. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, and I want to say welcome to the broadcast. We're going to get gremlins today. I know we're going to get gremlins. This is the way of the world. I'm trying to show this on screen. Welcome to the broadcast with Stephen live from England. This is, he said, like this camera action with Stephen. We'll be with you in a minute. And you are most definitely watching Stephen live from England. So you know who I am and you know who you're watching now, and we can get things underway. And that disappeared rather quickly. I've done some tidying up to get everything as I want it to be. And finally, I am broadcasting using BeLive, which if I put the logo up top right, just give me a second and I'll get the logo in place. Then you know where I'm broadcasting from. 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm broadcasting from BeLive, so that's official. BeLive is my favorite program to broadcast from, be.live, and I can go live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Amazon Live, and everything simply works perfectly. I want to say good morning. If you're on Amazon Live, it's early for me, as it's early for you. I normally don't broadcast until 11 a.m. Eastern, but today, because it is, let's remind ourselves while we're all here, it is today. If I scroll down here, and I'm going to scroll right to the bottom because it's the last item I added in my list of things to say whilst I'm live. Today is, wait for it, Amazon Prime Day, day 1. It's the 12th of July, and Amazon Prime Day is on July 12th and 13th. It is, if you're a Prime member, as I am, it is the best time to actually visit Amazon, because there are very special offers. Now I'm going to show you several of those offers throughout the broadcast today. So if you're watching live on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you. If you click link up above, it will bring you to join us on Amazon Live, and that's where all the fun is, because from Amazon Live we can actually see your comments. I can bring them on screen. You can see what's in the carousel and what's coming up, and the next thing up is highlighted now. It's Logitech Brio camera. Starting with that, then we're going to go to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is on, well, basically today it says it's the deal of the day. So we're going to be looking at what the Samsung Ultra can do for you. But the camera that you're looking at now is Logitech Brio, and it is my favorite camera. It's the camera I use on all my Amazon Live broadcasts. I'm live normally every weekday, and we're going to look at the camera first, but you're looking at it now. This is the quality of the camera. Now I can't broadcast to you in 4K, but I can broadcast to you in 720. 720 is DVD quality, 1080 is high definition, and 4K is somewhere up there. Now I got this camera for a particular reason. I want to see what all the fuss was about. as you do. And I wanted to broadcast out in 4K. And I have broadcast out in 4K using OBS, vMix, and XSplit Broadcaster. Web-based software doesn't cut it. You need an app, and the app is OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. Now, the way that I work on Amazon Live is that I can't possibly remember everything. So I've written things down, and I'm going to tell you all about the camera that you're looking at now. And I'm going to give you, in about 3 minutes time, a demonstration of software that you can download to take better control of your camera. If you don't download the software, then you're missing out. Simple as that. Okay. There is a piece of software that controls your camera, be it a C920, 22, 25, 30, or the Brio, which you're looking at now, and it's free. If you bought the camera, you can go to logitech.com and download the software. I'll tell you all about that. And in 3 or 4 minutes time, I'll show you how to work software. So looking at the camera, it is Logitech Brio 4K webcam. It is in the carousel today. It's the first item in the carousel. It's 143.85, which is 28% off. So on Amazon Prime Day, this camera is 28% off, which is less than I paid for it. It is Ultra 4K video, and this is why I got it. I wanted to see what the quality was in 4K. So I broadcast out to YouTube, because you can get it out of the box and you can broadcast directly to YouTube. Just go to OBS, add your camera, set it to 4K, and you're done. That's it. And you can then broadcast to YouTube in 4K. People can replay the video in 4K, which is important. And the difference between 720, 1080 and 4K is astonishing. It's night and day. It is very, very high quality, and it's the future. One day soon, we'll all be broadcasting in 4K. And if you get a 4K camera now, you can actually practice before everybody else gets their hands on it. One of the things about the camera is it's also got microphones, and those microphones are noise cancelling. Now, you're doing a broadcast on Zoom or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your dog barks. If you don't have noise cancellation, everybody can hear it. If you do have noise cancellation, then the only thing people can hear is your voice, and you're hearing my voice today through the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Okay, but the Brio has noise cancelling microphone. Just to remember, if I switch and go here, I'm just going to go here, and hopefully a piece of software will load. This is a live show, anything can happen, and I'm just waiting for the software to load. Just give me a second. Okay, and on cue, it should arrive, but it has HD high definition auto correction. It's got a wide field of view. It's got a 90-degree field of view. Now, in terms of 90 degrees, if I go like that, that is 90 degrees, and it can see outwards from there. So that's where it starts, 90-degree field of view. So it's quite a wide field of view. Okay. And I'm just waiting for the software. So you can see if I go here, and I'm just clicking my light on, you can see that I'm better lit now. And basically, if I switch the light off, then the camera will compensate. Okay, that's what we mean by low light. Okay, wide field of view. I'll come back to that because I'm going to show you how to change the field of view using the software. It's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. It's 4K. Yeah, this is the future. A 4K webcam is the future. Now I've got 2 I'm going to show you in the broadcast today. First one is this one, which is the Brio, which you're looking at now. It's got auto light adjustment. We've seen that, and it's called Right Light Proprietary, and basically field of view 90, 78, or 65. Now I'm going to show you what that means. This is true of any camera that you get. They have different fields of view, and I'm going to explain how this all works. Now, I need a piece of software to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the software from my desktop, which I preloaded, and hopefully in a second or two, I should be able to go here, and share. Okay, don't forget, in a couple of minutes time, I'm going to show, well, I'm now going to show you, a couple of minutes is up, I'm going to go to the software and bring it on screen. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this is the software that controls your camera. I'm just going to take the BeLive logo on. We'll no doubt be seeing it later in the broadcast, but for the moment, I'm going to take it off. Okay, and to everybody who's watching on Amazon Live, I do appreciate you spending part of Amazon Prime Day with me. And we have some special deals for Amazon Prime, which I'm going to show you in a moment, not the least of which is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is on a very special deal. Now, if I hide that, I can switch that camera off. I can switch solo off, and hopefully in a second, no, I don't want that card. That's what I want. No, I want my camera on. Okay, and we can hide that. We'll get there in a minute. We will get there. Okay, and I want to go the other way around. Okay, so you've got me and you've got the software. Okay, as far as the software is concerned, the software is called Logitech Capture. I'm going to put that on screen. Logitech Capture is the software we're looking at, and basically it's free. Okay, the software I'm showing you is free. Go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture. You can download the software. It goes on your hard drive, whether you're on a PC or on a Mac. And when you load this software, it identifies your camera straight away. It's no problem. Now you can see bottom right-hand corner, round about there, that this is just a minute. This is controlling my Brio, and there are some physical things it can do. The first thing is that it can tilt up and down. So I can go down, I can go back up, I can go left, and I can go right. So those are those four. And I'm back to where I began. Now, if I go side by side, okay, I can show you, I'm going side by side. I'm going to change up slightly. What I need to do is to actually just change to a wide view so you get a better appreciation of what's happening. So I'm just changing themes in my studio. I'm going to go there. I'm going to press apply. And we're now side by side, but you've got a widescreen view. So you've got a widescreen view of me. Theme has been updated. Now, this is how you're seeing me at the moment. Okay. And if I go here and here, yeah, I'm just waiting for, yeah, right. So I am now full screen. And it looks though I'm in front of a brick wall, but I'm not. Okay, I'm using Logitech Capture software so I can show you what I want you to see. This is not how I look. If I go to the software and I zoom out once, you can see more of my office. Twice, you can see even more of my office, and 90 degrees. And this is what I look like. And this is the camera default settings. And that means that if I don't download the software, this is how I look going out to Amazon Live. And you can see my bookshelf with my German books, and you can see my Samsung all-in-one PC. Wish they still made those, but they don't. And you can see the chess set there, and you can see loads of boxes behind me. This is the default view. And the problem with the default view, and well, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of broadcasters actually use this. But if you download the software, which is Logitech Capture, yeah, then you can do this. And this is what I've done. I've gone to 78 degrees, which makes it tighter. I've zoomed in twice, once, twice. Okay. And this is what I want you to see. I don't want you to see all the clutter in my office. I just want you to see me and the backdrop. Okay. Now, the backdrop is a photography backdrop. I'll talk about that later. But essentially, what I'm saying is that if you've bought a Logitech camera, any Logitech camera, then you can go from this, which is the default setting, back to the setting that you want. Now, this takes experimentation. And if I go to 78 degrees, I'm back to where I want to be. Now, when you're appearing on camera, you want to have headroom, you want to be sort of the center of the screen, and you want to be looking at camera. So this is showing you the three fields of view. So we've said that there are three fields of view, 90, 78, and 65. If I just go 65 for a moment, then you can see I'm even bigger on screen. Yeah, I've no headroom. So 65 is a close-up, 78 is a mid view, and 90 is a wide angle view. The camera itself is capable of up to 90 frames per second. Now I'm broadcasting to you at 30 frames per second, which is the standard for web broadcasting. Okay, 90 degrees, if you're using OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, you could get 90 frames per second. The more frames per second, the better the quality of the picture. Now we're at 30, and this camera can do 30, which is all we need for web broadcasting. It's got versatile mounting options. Now, if I go here, I'm going to bring my second camera in. I'm going to stop sharing the software, and I'm going to bring my second camera in to show you what we mean by versatile mounting options. Okay, and to do that, I need to take myself off solo. And that will happen in a second, and next to me will appear a camera. Now that camera, as well as pointing outside, can also point to the desktop. And if we look at the desktop, if we put the desktop full screen, you can mount your camera on a tripod. So you can either have your camera on top of your monitor or PC or Mac, or you can mount it on a tripod. Now there's a tripod down in the carousel, this tripod, and all you do is to put your camera on there. Most cameras have a thread on the bottom to actually put them onto a tripod, and I'll show you later when we look at this camera that having a camera on a tripod is beneficial, because the problem is that when the camera's on top of the monitor, you've got to keep looking up at it. When it's actually at eye level, it's a lot different proposition. Okay, so back to me in the Brio, and I'm back. So versatile mounting options, you can either have it on top of your monitor or you can have it on a tripod. Next thing, it is, as we've already said, 4K, 1080 and 720, everything you need. So the Brio is a top of the range webcam, and that's why I got it. I'm future proofed, 4K, I can broadcast to YouTube. The camera itself was released on February 7th, 2017. It's been re-engineered since then, and the latest version is down in the carousel. The software I showed you a few moments ago was Logitech Capture, and you can download it free. Just go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, and you've got the software. We looked at the camera default settings. Just a reminder, if you don't know the software, then you will look something like this. Okay, go there. If you do have the software, you can zoom in once, zoom in twice, go to 78 degrees, and in 3 clicks, you're actually totally set up with the camera. Okay, and the final thing is, what's that say? Oh, the backdrop. Okay, so I can talk about the backdrop while I'm here. Let's go to the backdrop. I've got to zoom along in the carousel. Coming up next is the Samsung Galaxy S22. Right, down the carousel. Basically, if we go here, I can't, if I wanted to show you the Microsoft Arc mouse, yeah, I can do it now because I've got a solid backdrop. I can't use background removal software because I'd lose that. You wouldn't be able to see it. So I looked around and I looked at photography backdrops, and basically, if I just zoom out again, Okay, and to switch that off. My backdrop is down the carousel at the moment. It is the one that's similar to the one that's showing. For $15, you can change the way you look on camera. I've got on order, I've got a wall with paint splashed on it. I've got a wall which is an Hawaiian beach. I'm quite looking forward to be sat on the beach and actually broadcast out to you. And then the final one is a Wild West setting. And again, tumbleweed blowing down the streets. And I can use that as my backdrop because I've got the software, and I can just zoom back in. And as far as you can see, you can't see my office, you can just see me and the backdrop. So the backdrop is an integral part of my actual setup. Okay, now the next thing we're going to look at, and I'm excited by this for two reasons. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is Samsung's flagship phone. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of the phone, and then I'm going to show you some images taken with the phone, and I'm going to show you a video taken with the phone. So I'm just talking about it. I'm going to show you what I've done since I got this camera 10 days ago. So Samsung Galaxy S22. So I need to go to my crib sheet. So let's go over to the crib sheet, which is down here, somewhere down here. Just a minute, I'll find it. I will find it. Okay. Now, what we're looking at is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. Now, one of the first things that you notice about the phone is that it is 6.8 inches long. Okay. To carry this in your pocket is not, well, you can carry it in your pocket. I'm not saying you can't, but next to the highlighted now is this case. Okay. Now this case actually attaches to your belt on your trousers, and you can carry the phone around like that. You'll never lose it. It's got a magnetic closure there, and it keeps the phone so safe and handy. And you can just take the phone out of the case, and there is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. This is the flagship phone from Samsung. And today, if I bring it back up, it is a deal of the day. It's $909.99, which is 30% off. Now, I'm going to explain to you why I love this phone and why you should consider getting a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone and what it can do for you. And I'm going to show you photos and videos too. Okay, so first thing is it's got 260 gig of memory. You can go to 512, as my good friend Guy Cook said. He's got 512. It's got an 8K camera. Now, any of the webcams that I show you today are 4K. So it's, well, it is the best camera you can actually buy at the moment, I think, at the price. Okay. Now, it does give you 8K video, and I've shot 8K video, and it is awesome because this phone has a built-in stabilizer. I'm going to switch it on. I'm going to switch it on. All right, I'm switching it on whilst I talk about it. Right, the next thing about it, it's got the brightest display. Now, if we go here, okay, if I go here and here and go here, this is the garden today, and you can see that it is bright out there, and I can take this phone and I can use this phone in bright sunlight, and I did earlier today. The next thing about the phone is that it does have, do you remember the Galaxy Note? Let me just close that. I'm just going to close a tab. Just give me a second. I'm closing a tab. Okay, so we're just back to me. You remember the S Pen and the Galaxy Note? Well, the S Pen is back as part of the S22 Ultra, and here is said S Pen. And if I start the phone up, swipe to unlock. Okay, I'm doing this live, so it might take a minute. Key in the unlock code, press OK, and the phone says phone is starting. Okay, that's the first thing. it's protected by a secure lock, and then you can also, once you've got the phone going, you can then use your fingerprint or face recognition, whichever you want. Okay, it's got all the standard Galaxy apps that you would actually expect. And if I go across to Facebook, okay, and I'm now, if I go to my profile, okay, and I'm going to scroll down, and it's a fast scroll. If I go here, yeah, and turn this phone sideways, you can see me live on Facebook as I'm presenting to you now on Amazon Live, and the quality of the picture is good. Now, in a moment, we're actually going to go picture in picture, yeah. But for the moment, that's the quality of display. It is a very fast scroll, and impressive is a word for that. So I can go back, and I'm going to hide that for a moment, and I'm going to put the pen back. Okay, pen back, stored, embedded. Take the pen out. Okay, and this will work now. And I can actually use the pen and say, in a second. Okay, give me a second, it's starting up. I'm concentrating, can't you tell? Okay, hello Amazon. Okay, I made a complete mess of that. But the thing is that you can use the pen to write. Okay, that's the first thing you can do. You can also use the pen. If I go here, you can use the pen to navigate. Okay, and also you can use it. It does air gestures. So you can actually set the camera up and you use the pen to take the shot. Okay, so it's a very versatile piece of kit. So it's got the S Pen. The S Pen is back. Yay! It has a long battery life. Now you charge it up overnight and it's good for 24 hours or more. Okay, and I've done the Morbid and it lasts well into the following day. If you're recording video or you're playing video, then it will last a long time. It has a long battery life. In terms of the video, which is what I'm interested in, it's got 8K super steady video. Now they say super steady because this phone has got a built-in stabilizer. You know, in the past you'd carry a gimbal, put the phone in the gimbal and carry the gimbal. No longer, because this has got steady, it's got a stabilizer in it, and it's got two stabilizers, so two modes of stabilization. The first is to be able to take your video at 8K and be stable, or you can be super stable and just do a 1080p video. And I've seen that, saw that the other day, and that is astonishing that the stabilization in the phone is so good. And my good friend Guy said that basically, having got this phone, he doesn't need the gimbal anymore. Yeah, he doesn't need a gimbal. Right, nightography, I'm going to show you in a moment. Nightography is a Samsung word. It's not in the dictionary yet. And it means taking photographs at night, and I'm going to show you an example of that in 2 minutes time. As far as the cameras are concerned, if we go to the back of the phone, yeah, and I slide the slidey thing, okay, which is easy to do when you're not live, you've got 108 megapixels, and we talked about the bright display earlier. Okay, it's got adaptive, right, so 108 megapixels, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and nightography lens as well. It's got adaptive color contrast, which we'll come back to in a minute. And in addition to that, if I scroll down, here it is. This is the one. Yeah, long-lasting battery. Okay, and I think I've skipped a bit. Okay, long-lasting battery plus fast charging. Fast charging, you need a brick. I'll tell you all about the brick in a moment. It's got the embedded S Pen, which I'm going to put back now. If you take the phone out of the room and leave the S Pen behind, you get a warning on the phone saying, have you forgotten your pen, which I find quite handy. And it has been unlocked by Samsung. Yeah. And basically that means that you can use your favorite carrier and just take the SIM card, put the SIM card in, and you're good to go. Thank you for watching me today on Amazon Live. I just want to say hello to Erica. Erica, good morning. Thank you for joining me live on Amazon Prime Day. I'm glad that you have. If you have any questions about live broadcasting, please do ask. Okay, so I can talk about this phone, and I've got hosts of messages coming through now, which hopefully you can't hear because I'm using noise cancellation. But my phone has gone, it's woken up. I've woken my phone up. Okay. So, sorry, it also makes phone calls. It also has all your favorite Android apps can go on here. They just work faster. Simple as that. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is two things. I'm going to show you some photographs taken with with a camera here, and then I'm going to play you a short video. So let's go over here, and I'm going to bring up on screen this, okay, and this will arrive on screen in a second, okay. And what I'm going to do, just a moment, I need to go backwards or forwards. I'll go forwards, okay. All right, Samsung Galaxy S22. I'm going to come in picture now. Okay, don't you just love iVideo? I'm going to go picture in picture like that. Hopefully this will be the right way around. It is. I'm going to shrink myself so that I'm not covering the pictures up. And basically these are pictures that have been taken, or images that have been taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is in my hand. Okay, shall we begin? Now, every picture tells a story. And if I go to the first picture, this is this one. Okay, and I've got my fingers and toes crossed. This is my hometown, which is Devizes, and basically this shot is of the Crammer. Now the Crammer is a man-made lake. Through the trees you can just about make out our local church, which is St. James's Church, and the houses, which were workers' houses but no longer. And then this is a magnificent facility, a calm in the center of this Devizes. It's near to the supermarket, and you can just sit there today you can in the beautiful sunshine and just enjoy it. Wildfowl have discovered it, and normally you've got geese and swans and ducks and the odd pigeon, and they spend their day in and out of the water, and it's just a beautiful spot to be. And I'm showing you my best photographs. Obviously, I'm not showing you the ones that didn't work. The second photograph taken with the camera is this one, and this is Devizes High Street. This was the main street in Devizes where I live, and basically this is looking up towards the town centre. If you had the original image, you could actually zoom in and you can get close and you can see the people right down at the end of the road. Devizes is a market town. It's got its own castle. It's got 6 churches, and it is a great place to live. And this is the walk into town. And you've got the contrast of the cars on one side, the baskets outside the shop on the other. And I used to enjoy this photograph. Now, the next thing we talked about was nightography. We talked about it earlier. Now, I have to explain in this next photograph. This photograph was taken at 11 o'clock at night. So this is nightography. This is the ability of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra to take photographs at night. It was 11. It was pitch black everywhere, but with a little bit of light that's actually there in the background, and they're not strong lights at all. I couldn't see a thing. I've got to be honest. I just pointed and point and shoot was me. I mean, I just took the photograph. The camera did the rest, and it just works so well. I just love the composition of the photograph. So thank you to the Samsung Galaxy. And the next image. Now, I'm well known for having chickens on my Amazon live show, and the other day, well, I explained with the photograph. This is the photograph. The other day, the Devizes Queen's Baton Relay took place. Now, it's the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham later this year, and there's a relay baton that has gone to every Commonwealth country around the world, and it ended up in Devizes. and Devizes, then Stonehenge, and then on to Bath. The centerpiece of the day was taking the baton through the town with the relay runner sat at behind the driver of the horse, and this is a Shire horse. Now, the thing about the Shire horse is this is a working Shire horse. It works for the local brewery, Wadworth, and its weekly job is to go out with friends. I think there are 4 horses in total, and they deliver cask ale to local pubs. But on this particular occasion, the baton relay arrived in Devizes, and the relay runner sat on the cart at the back, and they went around the town, and then the baton was then on its way to Stonehenge. But that's basically a Shire horse, beautiful animal. That's as close as I got on the day. Angelica's got some close-up photographs, but this photograph and the photographs preceding it were taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So that is the quality. I love this photograph. That is the quality of the photographs. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because I've only had the camera 10 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the photographs I take, and when I take a good one, which is occasionally, I will actually add it, and then you can actually look at the photographs. Now, I said earlier that this, which is on special offer today, it's the deal of the day, it's $909.99. It is 30% off, which is the highest discount I've seen. I'm just going to click on the phone. It's 26 degrees at the moment, and in my office somewhere, it's about 30 degrees. So it's a beautiful hot day in Devizes. Okay, what I'm going to do now, we talked earlier about this Super 8K video. Yeah, so it's an 8K camera. It's got lens on the back, 108 megapixels, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, nightography. Front camera is 40 megapixels, but it can shoot video, and boy, can it shoot video. And I've just been told by my antivirus that the scan is complete, so all is good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the video on screen. Okay, and I did mention chickens earlier. We have chickens. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn my microphone off. I'll be back in 2 minutes, but this video, if I come down here, yeah, this is Wiltshire Gardens, my first video from my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra Mobile, and let's look at the quality. We're looking for stability, we're looking for quality of sound and quality of picture. Let's go. With the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round. Okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in, and I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. Chairs are covered up to protect them because, as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello, chickens. Hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy. Yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on. They know they're being filmed. Apart from the one who's going to be a star someday. Okay, and this is an igloo, which is where they live. And it's very easy to maintain. Chickens are easy to maintain, and we're actually currently getting 4 eggs a day. And the chickens were rescue chickens. In other words, they had been kept for their egg laying. After 2 years they let the chickens go, and then the chickens have got to be rehoused, and we actually managed to get hold of 4. So these are all about the same age, and will go on for 2 or 3 years laying eggs for us, and we're currently getting 25 eggs a week, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm walking further down. Okay, I now should have sound. Okay, this is very important because when I'm presenting, I need to have sound. I didn't have sound then. I'm hoping. Okay, I now should have sound. Okay, I now should. Right, I now should have sound. Sorry about that. These things, this is live broadcasting, yeah? And things don't always go according to plan. So thank you for staying with me, and thank you for watching. And a big thank you to Todd Crow for actually following me today. That's a win-win. Todd, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. And we're back live now, and you can hear me, which is always important. Now, just a reminder, if I go over here and go here, and going to go to here, your host is Stephen Healy. That's me, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We looked at Logitech Brio. We've looked at the Samsung S22 mobile. On said, big thank you for watching live, and you can ask me any questions about live broadcasting. Whew. Okay, for a moment there, I thought things were not going to work out, but they are, and I'm back. So, in summary, then, the Samsung Galaxy S22 is the deal of the day. It is $909.99. It is 30% off. Okay, I've not seen it at a lower price. I wish I'd paid that. But it is a brilliant camera. And just a reminder that its official title is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. This is the said phone, and I'm enjoying using it. It's the best phone that I've had. And as I say, I'm going to shoot more videos and do more photographs and do more with it. And as I do more with it, I'll tell you more about it. But today it is a very special deal of the day on Amazon Prime Day. So that's good. Okay. Now, if I go over to my iPad again, just to make sure that my iPad is still working and that I am still live. I'm still live. Hello, welcome. Okay, thanks for watching live on Amazon Live. Anything can happen today, and probably will. I'm live 3 times today. I'm going to be live again at 9 a.m. Eastern and at 12 p.m. Eastern. So you've got plenty of chances to actually see me live today. Now, the thing about the phone, okay, just a minute. That's me. Just a second. Okay. The thing about the phone is that if I go down here and I scroll down here, the phone is 6.8 inches, yeah, in depth. It's got an edge screen. It's 120 hertz adaptive. It can go down. But the thing is that if you're carrying this around, yeah, it is very difficult sometimes. So what I did was next in the carousel, and in the carousel now is this. And this is, if you know anybody who's got a Samsung Galaxy S22, if you've got one, or an iPhone 12, then this case allows you to carry your phone around with you without putting it in your pocket. Now, it's not a man bag. Let's take it straight from the beginning. This is not a man bag. This is a phone carrier. And if we open up the carrier, I'll take this off because it's the 6.8 inches length is the thing. Open it up and your phone goes inside there. And it's a full 6.8 inches. The phone goes all the way in. Yeah. It's got a magnetic closure like so. Okay, so now it's closed. Easy to open. You can go like that, take the phone out. Easy to put the phone in. And the thing is that it attaches to your belt. Okay, so you can attach this to your belt. It means it's not in your pocket. It's a lot easier. And this is made of leather. This is one piece of leather. And well, it smells of leather. And I got this yesterday and already I'm happy with it. It fits on my belt. Belt goes through there. And iPhone 12, Samsung Galaxy S22, any large phone can go in here, be totally safe. I mean, I've already got a case on my Galaxy S22. When I put it in here, I've got 2 cases. So it is well protected. The other thing is you just lift that up, take the phone out, and you're working. But it's not in your pocket. That's the thing about it. You can suspend it using the carabiner here. Yeah, I've left it on to show you, or you can use it on your belt and it just fits on your belt. It has, I would say, about 2 inches, yeah, on the belt. And that's probably, in my mind, the best way to actually carry your expensive phone around. Because if it's in your pocket, it can slide out, especially if you're wearing shorts in this beautiful hot weather we're having at the moment. So do consider getting, this is an ideal gift for somebody. It's down in the carousel. It's $26.99. It protects your phone. It protects your pocket. It's easy to carry. It's easy to take the phone out. Okay, so I just thought I'd say that. And thank you for watching live. And over to Todd. We've got a comment coming in. And Todd is saying, you said you already had a case around that phone with it. Yes, I did. I bought a separate case, which I think is down in the carousel, or it might not be. I bought this case which covers up the lenses. But the thing is that if I put this phone in my pockets and I've got shorts on, then the pockets aren't deep enough and the phone peeks out of the corner of the pocket. And if I sit down, the phone could fall. If I'm carrying the phone in this, and it's attached to my belt, I'm never going to lose it. It's not going to fall. It is vertical. Yeah, it's easily accessible and it's not ruining my pockets. Yeah, and for the price of it, it is a worthwhile investment because it keeps your phone to hand and it's so easy to use. And it's, well, it's leather. It's one piece of leather and it's well made. It's called Vija. And that's the other thing. Obviously, the people who actually manufactured this are Star Trek fans. So if you're a Star Trek fan, you should have one of these. No, you shouldn't. You should get one of these if you want to keep your phone other than in your pocket. So Todd, thank you for the comment. And Todd again. And let's come back. I'm going to put those down. I'll come back to here. And Todd, thank you for the comments. Right. Okay. In the other case, no. Basically, when you get the phone, it doesn't have a case with it, so you're free to actually choose the case that you want. I'm not sure whether I've got the case down in the carousel or not. I don't have the case down in the carousel. That's remiss of me, but it is remiss of me, isn't it? I did get this case separately. Okay, I'll make sure it's in for the later shows today. But Todd, thank you for the question, and thank you for explaining the question. It's sometimes difficult when you're broadcasting live to well, it's easy to misinterpret a question. So I thank you for follow-up and making things clearer. Okay, and in my studio, I say hello to Zon, who is in Vietnam and becoming a good friend and working for Go Studio. So Zon, thank you for joining me and joining me on Facebook. Okay, right. Okay, so on with the show. So we've done the Samsung Galaxy, we've done its case. Okay, unfortunately, the case is not on offer today, but how much did this one cost? Not the other one. Okay, I think I paid around about $16 for that. Okay, I will check and I'll get the exact Todd saying how much did that one cost, not the other one. I think about $16. I'll check and get back to you on that. If we say between 16 and 25, then we've got it covered. And Todd is saying not bad, thanks. Thank you for answering my questions. I think if you get a $1,200 phone, then you do need well, a $900 phone, $909 today. Then you do need to protect it. And protection, immediate protection, is to have a case like that, which covers the lens and has a bevel at the front. Yeah. But thank you to everybody for watching me live on Amazon Live. You're watching Stephen live from England, having a great time. Now, when you've got the phone, I'm just going to switch cameras now. We've seen the chickens, so I can hide the chickens. I'm going to switch my second camera on. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. We're actually changing things around. And what I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to, that's my outdoor cam. I'm putting the iPad down because I want to, and going over here to come to my next item, which is on my desktop. Well, in fact, it will be on my desktop. Okay. If I can show it, just a second. Let me get this. I've got to set up the shot here and so that you can see it. Basically, we've talked about cases for the phone. The other thing I got for the phone, and thank you to Lamical for supplying this, is a phone stand. And this is the Lamical phone stand, which is down the carousel at the moment. It's $19.99, which is 23% off. So this is a stand which will take a larger mobile phone. Now it's easy to assemble, but Angelica assembled this for me. And basically you can rest your phone in there. You can then turn it to face yourself. You can take out your S Pen, he said, okay, and your S Pen can then be used to control. Okay, and we can say, hello, Amazon. So I use this to actually use the phone. It's basically keeps it stable. I don't have to hold the phone. It's on this stand. This stand, you can adjust it so it's vertical, or I'll go sideways, vertical, or you can turn it back like that. Okay, and the stand itself, I'm going to take the phone off to demonstrate this part because I'm very well. You can have the slide it down to there, okay, or you can slide it up again, okay, and it is stiff because it doesn't want to drop when it's got the phone in. So you can adjust the stand, you can put the camera into the stand, you can adjust the rig backwards so it's stable, and then you can use your S Pen to actually control the phone. So that is the Lamical stand. Thank you to Lamical for supplying it. And it goes well with my Samsung Galaxy S22. And it's down the carousel, 23% off today at $19.99. There is a smaller stand, which is next to it, which is also 23% off. And I've got to say, the stand that's down there at $9.99 is a foldable stand. It's 23% off. It's $9.99. It's a quick gift for somebody. To have their phone on a stand. Now I can't show it to you because as soon as I unboxed it, and this is the box that came in. It came in, and it is the DP13. I don't know whether you can see that. As soon as Angelica saw that, Angelica's my partner, and she wanted it. So it's on Angelica's desk. It looks like it does down in the carousel, and it is actually holding Angelica's Samsung. No, she's got a Google phone. So they hold larger phones, and that's it. Now, my favorite stand, which I own, is this one, and it's not on discount today, but I do want to show it just because I love good design. And if I come down here, yeah, this is, I can show it on screen. This is a tablet stand by Lamicor, and it's well used. Basically, you can adjust so that it's flat, or you can come down. It's got the hole in the back for cables, but it's part of a beautiful design. Yeah, so that is down the carousel. It's a tablet holder. Your tablet, quite simply, hopefully this will work. Your tablet quite simply goes in like that, and you can adjust the angle. And in fact, I might keep it like that. No, I won't. But that's down in the carousel now. That is another Lamicor stand, which I bought 2 or 3 years ago. And it is great for holding tablets, whether they be iPads like the one I'm showing you at the moment, or whether they be Android. Okay. Right, now the next thing I'm going to look at, I'm looking quickly for anything which is a deal of the day. So give me a second, because I know I've got more than one deal of the day in my carousel. So, okay, now I'm going to talk about this for a second. Okay. Deal of the day. Down in the carousel at the moment is the Echo Dot. Now you're going to say, so what? Basically, we've got 4 Echo Dots throughout the house, and they're a great source of knowledge. Alexa, what's the capital of Idaho?
Idaho's capital is Boise.
Alexa, will it rain today?
No rain is expected in Boise, United States today.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what is the temperature?
At the moment, in Boise, United States, it's 20 degrees Celsius. Today, you can expect a high of 39 degrees.
Right, I'm in Devices in England, not in Boise, so she connected the two and told me the temperature of Boise. But I use the, we've got 4 of them, Amazon Music, setting alarms, setting cooking times, getting knowledge on the fly. The Echo Dot at $19.99, which is 60% off. It is the deal of the day. Okay, so and we've got 4, so I can't say better than that. The next deal of the day. Wow. Okay, the next deal of the day. I'm going to change cameras for. Just give me a second. Just let me change a camera. Because I want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I'm going to change camera, and I'm going to go over to this camera. Okay, hopefully this will work. This is live. I might freeze for a second, but I should be back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my second camera. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Anything can happen now. Okay, and there you are, a beautiful picture of 2 wires. What I actually want to show you is this, and I'm going to go here. Okay, this is my BenQ monitor, which is down in the carousel, but you can see there, this is live by the way, that's the Oswalt Tiny camera. There's the Brio camera we looked at earlier, which is mounted on top of my monitor. There's the Logitech Litra Lite from Logitech, who make the cameras. That's their first light released in Jan 2022. It is down in the carousel. So all those are mounted on top. Now, the thing is that if I'm using this, and I've got to look at the camera, so it looks like I'm looking at you. Looking at the camera is important when you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. The camera is up above me, so I've got to look up. And the problem is that I keep looking there. Yeah, I keep looking at the screen, which is not good. Yeah, because it means I'm not concentrating on you. So I need to look at the camera. So one alternative is this. And let me just switch the camera. Okay, the cameras we're looking at are OBSBot Tinies. Okay. But now, and I just need to adjust this. Okay, let me just adjust this camera. I've got this camera mounted on a tripod. Okay, and the thing is that it is at eye level, so I can concentrate on looking at the camera. Now this is the shot. If I go here, okay, I'm going to come back to that. Yeah, I'll come back. I'm getting confused. Wait a minute. Okay, you're actually looking at and you're seeing the OBSBot Tiny camera, which is down the carousel. And today, the OBSBot Tiny camera, I've forgotten I can actually hold my iPad while I'm doing this. The OBSBot Tiny camera is 35% off. So instead of $199, it's $129. Now, the thing about the OBSBot camera, as you can see, is that first of all, the OBSBot camera has 3 presets. I can go to the monitor, I can look outside, and this is the view from my window right now, past my medals, outside, out the window, and then I can come back to me. So 3 presets. And say hello to Ross Brand, who's saying, happy Prime Day, picture looks good, thank you very much. So Ross, sorry, I was talking to Ross earlier. Ross Brand is a good friend and a fellow Amazon Live broadcaster, and no doubt we'll be broadcasting on Amazon Live today because it's Prime Day, and you'll find hosts. In fact, there are over 2,000 Amazon Live broadcasters from around the globe. There are, if I put the iPad down for a minute, there are 6 of us from England. I know broadcasters in South Africa, Australia, and of course, Marco Nova from Portugal. We're independent broadcasters. We don't work for Amazon. We are here to actually help you. And if you have any questions about live broadcasting, you can ask me. You'll find, well, Amazon Live has become 24/7 TV. And if you follow somebody in Amazon Live, you can find their broadcasting. You'll find broadcasts about cookery, about exercise, about travel. You name the topic, there is somebody who's knowledgeable on the topic of broadcasting in Amazon Live. Anyway, you're looking at the OBSBot Tiny camera now, which is down in the carousel. And I've got myself distracted. I'll come back on point in a minute. But the thing about the OBSBot Tiny camera is this, and it is rather special. You can use gestures to the camera to track you, to stop tracking you, to zoom in, to zoom out. And you don't need to be near the camera, you just need to be in sight of the lens. But the other thing you can do, and this is where the OBSBot wins, is that, and hopefully this will work, this is live, anything can happen. Basically, if I zoom backwards, the camera will follow me. But the other thing is that if I stand up, the camera will follow me too. Okay, so this is a camera with AI tracking, and as you move around, the camera will follow you, it will give you headroom, and it is brilliant. Now, whilst I'm on this camera, what I want to do is I want to go over here. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I want to go over here, and I'm going to come down to, because it is a deal of the day. Okay, Aftershocks open ear are $55.95, which is 30% off today. So what I'm about to show you is 30% off today, and it's a deal of the day. Okay, and hopefully they're actually in here. Okay, so right in here are Aftershocks headphones. Remember, deal of the day, 30% off. These are there. Now the ones I've got are bright blue. That's a safety feature, so people can actually see me, because these are ideal for walking, running, jogging, or cycling. Okay, they go over your ear. They do not go in your ear canal, which means they can't irritate you. Yeah, they just sit over your ears. Band is round the back. It's well, I forget I'm wearing these, to be honest. They are so light. They are bone conducting headphones, which means the sound doesn't go through your ear, it goes through your skull. Not hi-fi, but it is high quality. If you're listening to Amazon Music or listening to a podcast, first class, a good sound. You've got controls on both sides. You can make and take phone calls. All you need to do is to pair your phone on Bluetooth, go into your phone, go to Bluetooth settings, look for Aftershocks, pair it, and then you can listen. It's as simple as that. You can make and take phone calls using these earbuds. And important to me is that these headphones are actually waterproof. Okay. Which means that when it rains, and it rains in England, believe you me, then I can go outside, and I have been outside, and I know they are waterproof. So they've got a waterproof coating. Color-wise, you don't have to have blue. You can actually choose your own colorways. If you click the link in the carousel, it will take you off, and you can discover all the wonderful colors that you can have for Aftershocks. I'm going to put my phone down now. So Aftershocks, down in the carousel, I'm going to pick my iPad up at the moment, and with my iPad, it's Aftershocks. I don't want to hide, do I? Aftershocks are $55.95, which is an excellent price. Deal of the day, 30% off. They're everything you want in a headphone. They are, to my way of thinking, good sound, stylish, waterproof, and lightweight. They don't irritate your ears because they don't go in your ears. The other thing is the safety factor, and many manufacturers are actually following Aftershocks on this. The thing is that your ears are free, and you can turn to your companion and carry on a conversation whilst wearing the headphones. The second thing is that you can hear the traffic all around you, and you can hear the silent cyclists coming up behind. These are good for safety, yeah, because they're not in your ear, they're over your ear, they're bone conducting headphones, good quality sound, ideal for walking, running, jogging, or cycling, and they're a deal of the day. So what more? I use these when I go out. I go out walking, I walk marathons, I walk in all weathers, and these are dependable. I think that's a good word. Right, on that note, I'm going to, you see the cameras following me. I'm going to go here and take you outside. And whilst you're going outside, I can sit down. Okay. Okay, so that's the view from my window. It's a bit muggy now, but it promises to be a sunny day. They're not the 49 degrees it's going to be in Boise. So back to me, and you can now see the earbuds in all their glory. This is my Logitech Brio camera. You were just looking at the Obspot Tiny, and the Obspot Tiny is down in the carousel. Just give me a moment. The Obspot Tiny is down in the carousel. We'll get there. It is. I swear I put it there. Okay. The Obspot Tiny camera you were looking at a moment ago, this one here, and I'm going to come to me again. 3 presets, tracking software, the most fun you can have with a camera, and it's coming around to me. You can mount it on a tripod, and you can look straight at the camera, and it looks as though you're looking at the people watching you. You don't need to look up, you don't need to look down, you can just look straight ahead and talk to people naturally. Okay, and I'm getting more and more used to this because I've got 2 Obspot cameras. I've got the Tiny, okay, and I've got the 4K camera. And oh wow, okay, let's talk about the 4K camera for a moment. I'm going to come back here, and wait a minute, before we go from here, I'm sorry for having 2 of me. Before we go from here, if I go here, then what we're going to do is we're going to use this camera, which is the Obspot 4K camera, and I'm going to show you what the Obspot 4K can do. In order to do that, I need to come back to me here, and I just need to change camera. So just give me a second. I'm just going to change camera. If I can find it, I found it. Okay. And I'm frozen for a second. Now I'm back. We're going to look at the Obspot Tiny 4K camera, which is 26% off today. It's $199 as opposed to $269. So it might not be a deal of the day, but it is a good discount on the day. Discounts that you see in the carousel are active while I'm active. The price will change. I'm back today, as I said, 9 a.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you miss it now, you can actually get it later. And if you want to watch me later, then please do. And I want to say thank you too. I'm just going over to my iPad. I've noticed some activity, and Ross has started following me. And thank you, Ross. Ross, if you want to pop your shop link in, then please do. Right, we're now ready for the Obswot 4K camera. Now, I'm getting these 4K cameras to be future-proof. This is live, by the way. So this is the shot from the 4K camera. Now, I'm not broadcasting in 4K because we can only broadcast in 720. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go so you can actually see me. I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, but it does allow me to have a demonstration area. And this is the Logitech C920X camera. I'll be showing that later today. There is the 4-way USB hub. There's an Echo Dot, which is definitely on special offer today, $19.99. TP-Link Deco has special pricing today. This is the Wi-Fi I'm actually using at the moment. We've looked at the Aftershokz earbuds, headphones. Next to those, I'll be looking at this later, is the X3 Pro with 3 shows today. I've got plenty of time to actually show everything. Here's what the Obswot camera looks like. It's mounted on a tripod. The tripod is down in the carousel if you're looking for a tripod. Mounting it on a tripod means that you can set the camera to be at eye level, which is more natural. And I've got to remember to look at you whilst being over here. All right, okay. I'm using 2 cameras. Bottom right is Logitech Brio, and the main camera is the Obswot Tiny 4K, which you can see at the moment. Now, as we said earlier, every Obswot Tiny has 3 presets. So I can go, if I find the right camera, I can go to desktop, I can go to me. You're going to see 2 of me for a moment. Apologies, I can take these off now. You've seen 2 of me. You can only hear 1 of me. I've got 2 cameras, 1 microphone. That's how I'm doing this. Put those down. You've got 3 preset views, and you can adjust them to where you want them to be. And I'm now going to take you out to the garden. And because I've got presets, all I'm doing is clicking 1 button to go from the desktop to me to the garden. Yeah, and I can zoom out so you can see when the Holly said look through any window, this is the window. Okay, and was able to zoom out, and then I can zoom in. All of this whilst I'm live. It's got a 4K zoom. It's 4K camera with 4K zoom. If you want to broadcast in 4K, use OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster, and you can broadcast out in 4K to YouTube. And not only can you broadcast in 4K, you can watch the videos in 4K. Right, so let's just go through the main features of the camera. Let's go here. It's probably best if I'm talking about a camera to actually be using the camera. So this is the Obswot Tiny camera that you're looking at now. And I'm just going to pick the salient points as we go down here. And here it is. So these are the salient points of the camera you're looking at now. I'm going to switch the lights on. It's clouded over, so hopefully you can see me. Yeah, okay, let's switch the light off again, switch it back on. Just a minute, I'm going to do a technical adjustment. Okay, just hang on, don't go anywhere. What happened there? And we're back to me and you can see me a bit better. Okay, it's getting darker outside. I hope there's no thunderstorm on the way. Right, so the camera is the Obswot Tiny PTZ 4K released this year. It has, remember you're looking at it now, AI powered framing. Now the thing is that it will try to frame you in the center of the screen. Brilliant. It'll also automatically give you headroom. So if I adjust my position, it will adjust its. It is a 4K video conferencing camera. Now, the fact that it's on a twin axis gimbal means that the camera can turn, as we've seen. It's gone from desktop to outside to me. If you put this on a conference table and you've got people sat around the table, the person in charge of the conference or in charge of the video can switch the camera to everybody who's taking part in turn, and the microphone in the center will pick up everybody's voice. So if you want a 4K video conferencing camera, this is it. It does have dual omnidirectional microphones. Omnidirectional picks up the sound all around you. Okay, we'll come back to that. Auto tracking with a 2-axis gimbal. We saw that with the OBSBot earlier, and it's got auto light correction. If I turn my light off, then what will happen is that the camera will compensate so that you can still see me. Okay, so light back on. Okay, now I'm coming down the home straight here. It's got low light correction. It's got magical gesture control. We said start tracking, stop tracking. In addition to that, it's the most fun I've had with the camera because you can do so much. Dual omnidirectional microphones with noise reduction. I said this earlier, if you've got noise reduction, it's important because if the dog barks and you don't have noise reduction, everybody will hear it. If the dog barks and you've got noise reduction on, only you will hear the dog. Okay, it's got 3 preset positions, and let's just go through those again. I can quickly go from me to the desktop, to the garden. Okay, and it's all from one camera and all from 3 buttons. Basically, in my next show, I'll show you how the software works. It's got AI tracking, we saw that. It's got versatile mounting, we saw that it can be either on top of a monitor or this is an OBSBot. Let's just zoom in on the OBSBot because I'm here and I can. I'm going to try and do this. If I zoom in, you get a clearer picture of the OBSBot. So there it is. And you've got the lens, which is seated on top. You've got the body. You've got the USB-C cable going into it. But the thing is, I love, it's just the little things that count. If I actually click this button, just watch the lens at the top. Okay, the device has gone to sleep. There's no slide over with this. Basically, it'll come back now. You can switch the camera off. You can tell it to go to sleep. If the camera is not used for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then you can automatically get it to actually switch off. Okay, and let's come back to me. Okay, so we're coming up the home straight here. And because I've got, just give me a second, come back to me. And come back to me, yep. Okay, because I've got 2 OBSBots, I can actually, in my presentations, I can give people 6 views, preset views. I just need to click from one to the other. The camera can track me as I move about, and we have been talking about the OBSBot Tiny 4K webcam. We are getting to the stage, if you want to be future-proof, then do go for a 4K webcam like the OBSBot Tiny. Okay, today is 26% off. I've got 2 of them. I was so impressed by the first one, I bought a second one. So the OBSBot Tiny, 26% off today. It's $199. Right, okay. Now, if we go back to my desktop, no, not there. If we go back to the desktop, okay, the camera is switching back to the desktop. Here, I want to see where I'm pointing. Here is my first camera I ever got. This camera is 6 years old. It has been re-engineered since, but the situation was that when Facebook Live started, there were about 500 of us who were already broadcasting and coming over to Facebook Live. And we all said to each other, we need a better camera. We need a better presence. We need a better camera and a better microphone. And I've knocked something there. Let me hide that. Okay, and come over here, because this is not the OBSBot. This is the camera I'm holding. It's down in the carousel. and it is the Logitech C920X, which is there. And in those days, because I've had this camera for 6 years, in those days, yeah, and 9 foot of cable. We had 9 foot of cable in those days. Yeah. So Logitech C920X, which is this beautiful camera. This is the ideal first camera. It's brilliant as a gift if you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. The X stands for extra. I'm going to tell you what the extra is in a minute, and I'm going to play you a video towards the end of this broadcast. It is full 1080p. Okay, so 720, 1080. Okay, it has twin stereo microphones, omnidirectional, pick up the sound all around you. And its price today is $59.99. So it's on a discount. It's got HD light auto correction. Now I can't show you that because this is not plugged in. Okay. But believe me, it does have HD light auto correction, and it's similar to this one. If I turn my light off, then you'll see I've gone slightly darker. Just a minute. Let me do that. Let me try that again. Okay, you can see I've gone slightly darker. Okay. It's got advanced capture software, create and share video content with the Logitech Capture. We saw Logitech Capture earlier in the program. Just a reminder, HD light auto correction. It has low light settings, which we just talked about. It has a 78-degree field of view, and the original, my camera, this is 6 years old, so build quality, not a problem. This camera is as new. Okay, you can put it, just bring the shelf down and you can put it on top of your monitor like that. Okay, push the shelf up and you see a thread, and you can put this camera onto a tripod. Okay, and just remember, when we put a camera on a tripod, the camera can be at eye level, so it goes on a tripod like that, and it can then be at eye level, so you're looking directly into the camera. The version that's down in the carousel was released, however, on the 31st of March 2020. Now, I'm going to come back to me. Okay, and we're going to go over here. I'm going to put this down. Right. Okay. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today. Now, I did say at the top of this that I would actually tell you about what the X stood for in Logitech C920X. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go down here and tell you that the X means that the camera includes 3 months of XSplit VCam background removal. I'm going to show you now how background removal works. So let me take that off. Okay, I'm going to bring a video in. Okay, so the video is now full screen. This is how background removal works, specifically for the 920X with XSplit VCam, but all background removal software works in this way. I'm going to show this video for 2 minutes. I will be back. Let's find out more about background removal. Easy. XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice at the top there it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this. If I go down here, we'll see in a moment, hopefully a YouTube video. YouTube video. Right, so hopefully you can still hear me. I'm just waiting to come back on camera. Just give me a second. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Right, you can still hear me. I always make sure when I've played a video that, well, if I show you near the camera, hide that and come to here. The C920X does include, that's not what I want. Okay, I've gone the wrong way. Let me go and go here. Yeah, that's better. Here's the Samsung Galaxy S22, and it's on its stand, which is down in the carousel. And if I go to the video and I press play and turn sideways and come back to me, you can see that the video that you're watching now is actually playing out on Facebook, and the quality of the display is just so good. And the thing I love about the Samsung Galaxy S22, which is down in the carousel, and I'm coming back to it for the very special reason that the Samsung Galaxy S22, just let me put it back on the stand. The Samsung Galaxy S22 is down in the carousel at the moment. It is a deal of the day. It's $909.99 as opposed to $1299.99, so quite a saving. It's 30% off, and it is a brilliant camera and mobile phone, and all round good thing to have. Okay, so this is, if I go picture in picture again, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is 256 gig, 108 megapixel camera on the back, 40 megapixel camera on the front. It has nightography. Well, I'll show you before we go. It has nightography. It has 3x zoom, 10x zoom, 108 megapixel camera. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, if I can find it, the photographs that I took. Let's go here, and I just want to go there. Okay, and these are photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22, and they're coming up on screen now. Okay, so Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra images. These are photographs I took with the camera. Let's remove that. We don't need that. And come to, let's go picture in picture, so you can actually see me talking about them. I'm going to switch my second camera off. Just give me a second. We're picture in picture. This is the Devizes camera. This is a man-made lake, which is in Devizes. This was taken using the Samsung Galaxy S22 in July. And I just love the photograph, I've got to say, the quality of the photograph. The next image I'm going to show you is Devizes High Street. This leads into the town centre. It was the main shopping highway. I love the composition of this one. You've got the shop on the right with a display of goods out the front. This leads down into Devizes town centre. And this shot was taken early in the morning. And the next shot with the S22 is this one, which is our patio at night. Now it's 11 p.m. at night, and this photograph, there's only 4 small lights, but this is the quality of photograph that the S22 can take. And over here, this is taken during the daytime. This is the baton relay, which has gone all around the world. It came to Devizes late last week, and there's a Shire horse that works for the local brewery. His day job is to actually take cask ale from the brewery to the public houses. Today, though, on that day, it was actually carrying the relay runner who was carrying the baton from Devizes to Stonehenge. So it just recorded the moment. And then I went one further and I prettied it all up. And there you are. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. So that's the quality of the photographs on the Samsung Galaxy S22. Right, today, as you know, as you may be aware, is if I go here and come down here, I am trying. Okay, just give me a second. I want to come down to the bottom of here because today is most definitely, it's a long list here. Today is Amazon Prime Day. You have been watching your host is Stephen Healy from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've seen the Logitech Brio, we've seen the Samsung 22, we've seen a lot of other things as well. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today on Amazon Prime Day. I'm back again at 9 a.m. Eastern with some of the same things and some different things, but whatever it is, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching me live. Take care, and I do hope to see you again later. And just remember, this is your own channel. You can customize it, you can follow people, you can find out the information you want whilst you're watching a live broadcast. You can get help with the item that you're trying to buy. So, big thank you. I'll see you all again later. Bye for now. That's a wrap. Okay, this has been Stephen from Wiltshire in England.